I'm Jim.
And I'm Frank.
And I'm Jerry.
And this is the JFJ Conspiracy Podcast, where the shop talk is rock, episode 114.
Woo!
Finally getting this one done.
Look at us.
Yes. It appears that summertime is upon us. Warmed up a little bit today.
Yeah. I turned my air on the other day, guys. Yeah.
It didn't get warm here till like kind of late. Late in the
I'm just a little closer to the hills, probably, Frank.
Yeah, you get a little.
We had a nice breeze all day.
That's good.
Yeah.
Nice. Now we set our air conditioner like at 78, so it never went on, but it was warm. It was warm. So
yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Deal.
For those of
right.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
For some people who may already know that, check out our Facebook page. Jerry and I got together on Saturday and went and saw Minnie Mendez and the Glimmer Stars and Marty Swift and the Slop Rockers. And what was the third band that I missed?
Don't ask me.
Don't ask me. Fine band,
yeah.
But unfortunately we missed.
If I can go to my phone, I'll find it. Yeah.
No worries.
The silent. Yeah, I don't want to be wrong. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know there was a third band. But
Neither did I. I mean, I told Frank when we were warming up, I said, I saw some guys standing there, but I didn't know they were going on.
Yeah.
Thought they were just like support. So
I had a real good time. And the Glimmer Stars played a couple of their songs from the new EP.
Oh, yeah, they're good. Glimmer Stars are tight.
Maybe a slight connection a little bit later. We'll see.
Maybe.
Yep.
No, not maybe.
All right. On another note, it was a good time. We're sorry you couldn't make it. We had Minnie kicked it with us for a little bit and was telling old stories about Glendora Dairy days and different things. And yeah, so it was a real nice time.
Were you guys there at the same time?
No,
Frank and I
didn't work at Glendora Dairy.
Oh,
yeah, he worked.
He didn't work there.
No, he worked. I want to say Altadena.
I thought he worked. I don't know.
I have to double check. If that's the case, then we didn't work there at the same time. He knew my old manager, Jerry Lowell, and a few other people, but it's possible that he worked there for a spell.
That's right. That came up. That's right. Yeah. I forgot about that name, Frank.
I thought he did like a stint there. But.
It could be. It seems like that was the jumping point to go out to the other dairies anyways. Usually they wanted you there at the little drive-through joints for a little bit. So could be. But I believe he worked for Altadena. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he still does, I mean.
Yeah. But anyways, on another note, I've been seeing it in the news and I've talked to a few different people. You guys have noticed that Paul McCartney is going to do a final song, possibly album, using artificial intelligence and extracting some vocals from John Lennon's tunes, some demos of his, and make a final Beatles song and possibly album. Jerry, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, right out of the gate, you know how I feel about demos.
Right.
Well, I think they're going to polish those up, Jerry.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure they are. But guys, whatever it takes, whatever. The bottom line is they're legit John Lennon vocals. So no matter what it takes to extract it, it's not AI John Lennon vocals, it's his. I'm hoping.
Mm-hmm.
But, who cares? At this stage, who cares? Paul just turned 81, I think. It's all good. Ringo's 83, so it's all good. Whatever it takes. Now, my thing would be, is it going to sound Beatle-y?
Right.
That's the thing. Is it going to sound like Wings, or is it going to sound Beatle-y? So let's wait and see, guys. I'm not opposed to it. Whatever it takes.
All right. Jim, what are your thoughts?
Okay, so I've been a big fan of fake Paul McCartney for a long time. Right? So much better than original Paul McCartney.
Since 1968, I believe.
Since 68, right? When he took over. I mean, he's just better. He's a better songwriter. Loved everything he did with Wings.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can get on board with this on one hand. On the other hand, why the heck not?
Okay.
I mean, they did what was it? Natalie Cole got to sing with her old man, right?
Right.
And
The-
won
the
Grammys
magic
for it,
of-
Jaime. Won Grammys for it. That's what I didn't agree with. Won Grammys for it.
Oh, I don't care about that. They can give
Yeah.
Grammys to whoever they do. So
Yeah, I know.
I don't worry about the Grammys.
Best new band of the year.
She was
No,
great.
someone-
Whatever.
Yeah, she was. No, she was.
You
Good.
gave her 100 Grammys. I'd be okay with it.
Right.
Yeah, she's no slouch. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm okay with it. I mean, the one song that you sent it to me, Frank.
Yep. Mhm.
We were talking about, and what did I say? Sounds like a John Lennon solo record.
Right.
And you said,
Now-
well, yeah.
That one was an actual artificial intelligence generated song where they extracted vocals and then made all new lyrics and words from that. That's where the technology is headed. And so at times when you listen to that particular song, is that John Lennon? That's a computer. You know, it goes back, but the technology is only going to get better. Now, how many years ago when the anthology albums came out and they did Free as a Bird?
That's right. That's the one, Frank. That's the
Okay.
one. Free as a bird. I forgot about that. And a
They-
video.
They weren't happy with the way that it came out as far as Paul and Ringo because of the sound quality.
Okay.
Because the technology wasn't there to get everything the way they want. Still sound like a Beatles song. Had George's guitars and everything else.
Yep.
So you knew it was a Beatles tune. If they're going to do it with the technology that I just spoke of and actually make new lyrics and different things from his original vocals, I'm not down with that, because
No.
that's
No.
it's not organic. It's not
not a
It's not him saying it.
collaboration.
Yeah,
It's not a really
it's not him-
collaboration.
It's not him saying it. Yeah, it's not him.
Well,
I
even
mean,
if they used his straight out vocals all the way through, it's not a collaboration because he's dead and gone. He's never going to hear this piece of music.
Yeah.
It's for the fans. It's for Paul and Ringo and their wallets. And Lord knows they
Look,
need it.
Paul McCartney or fake Paul McCartney has more money than anybody else on the planet. I can't see him doing like, whoa, you know,
What's the love of the music?
need a little
Just
more,
don't-
need a little more walking around money. No,
I need some folding money for my pants,
Weed's gotten expensive, I guess. Who knows?
so I go to Liverpool.
that guy, I'm sure he grows his own. Come on. He's got a farm. What do you think he's growing out there, man?
Yeah, really.
Down on Junior's farm.
So I as far as the music goes, who's to say? He can do whatever he wants, you know, and it'll probably sound fantastic. But am I on board with it? Not necessarily, because you know, there's so many other musicians. He's collaborated with Taylor Swift, for crying out loud. There's so many talented people out there that he can play with.
Mhm.
Why does he got to go?
Why
Messing
go
with the dead.
backwards?
Yeah.
Sure.
So
Right. John
Anyway.
John Lennon was okay with letting the Beatles go.
he sure was. It was
You know.
time.
So maybe Paul just needs to get on board and let that go.
Well, one thing.
Unfortunately, a lot of the fans won't let it go.
no.
No,
And one thing that I've noticed, and I'm not real keen on either, and it's a lot of watching YouTube videos and whatnot, is Paul seems to be trying to rewrite the history a little bit as far as who did what and whose ideas were what. And he recollects things where it always seems to favor him in the good light. And when you
Yeah.
go back and read old interviews with John and even George, that wasn't always the case the way they saw it. But he's twisted and manipulated things, and
just
Yeah.
like some current members of Motley Crue.
Look,
Yeah.
there's nobody to argue against it now.
Exactly, Jaime.
I mean, except Ringo, you know, unless he
He-
chimes in and says like, "Oh, well, you know, Paul's misguided here," or George wasn't really remembering it the way it happened.
it seems that Ringo
Right.
just says, "Well, Paul's Paul," and laughs it off. Peace and love. Peace and love.
Yeah.
You know,
Peace and love.
Yep.
Yeah, and he's probably better off for it.
think so. Stress free.
Oh yeah,
Stress free. Yeah. Paul said what?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
yeah, whatever.
All right. Well, enough of that. Let's move on to a mail call, because I know, Jim, you've got something for us today.
I've got a mail
All
call.
right.
It's been a while for a mail call from me.
Yes, sir.
So I did a thing.
A thing.
Uh oh.
Oh,
Ah.
Ooh, is that that beautiful yellow and orange marble?
Yeah, I haven't opened it, so I don't know. It says yellow and orange A
Oh, it's
side, B side,
beautiful.
color effect.
Yes. Oh,
Did you get a copy?
no, I passed on that because it's not the original 4, but and that album is not live. It's that's probably more polished than anything else, but the vinyl is beautiful. Oh, I've seen pictures of it.
It was I'm pretty sure it's the only record I did not have
Okay.
on vinyl. So I was just like, well, I could get original pressing at $200 or whatever it's going for, or I could drop what I spent on this, which I already thought was kind of obscene. But
yes, yeah. Well, the picture disc version was pretty awesome, but that sold out in minutes because they only make 500, 200, whatever it is.
Yeah, something stupid.
They charge 3 times at $250 or whatever for it, and then they're gone. And then you see them on eBay for $5.99 or whatnot.
Yeah.
But once you open that up, post some pictures of it because the pictures that I've seen, outstanding.
Yeah.
Really good job.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool.
Now,
that's it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, Frank, would that be in the Boxteria
Yes, it is.
or Casteria box set? Excuse me.
That is in the Casteria.
Now, would it be the colored vinyl like Jaime has?
It's black vinyl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This was the special
And
30th
probably
anniversary
paper
or
thin.
whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, but they did a re-release on, I think, white vinyl at
Excuse me.
one point.
Yeah.
Something in between.
And that's the thing.
And I didn't buy it on vinyl at the time because if you bought the Japanese CD, it had an extra song on it.
Right.
They get you somewhere.
So
They're going to
like-
get you somewhere. Yeah. Oh, you have that? Well, this one has an extra song and 2 demos on it. I got to
Japan
buy
and
it.
Europe gets all the really great packaging. I don't
give
don't
them
they?
extra. Always have. Yeah.
Always.
Japan especially, they always get extra songs.
I would agree with that, Jaime.
Very
Yes.
good.
Irritating.
All right. Let's move forward. Jerry, I know you've got some new music for us. And why don't you
yes,
play
sir. Jim and Frank, yes, I do. The name of the band is Daisy Ways. And the name of the EP is Daisy Ways. And the name of the song is Daisy Ways. And their real short but sweet statement is New Orleans Street Rock. I love it. Again, Daisy Ways, artist, album, song. Artist, EP, song. Released April 27th. So what? Little under 2 months ago. We got on guitars and vocals, Maxwell Lee. On bass, we got Tall Sam Jones. And on drums, we got Eli Danger. And the short bio, Jim and Frank, if I may. The EP was recorded at Castle Carrollton in New Orleans in March of 23. The song, and here's what I love the most, guys, the songs were recorded in one take during a live session in Maxwell's attic. Song order on EP is the order which they were played, functioning as a sort of narrative. There is no overdubbing or punched in elements, as the recording seemed best left in the raw as performed. All songs written, recorded, and mixed by Maxwell Lee. Mixing assistants David McClay, mastered by Tide Studios. And again, guys, all in one shot, all in order, all live, all put down. Daisy Ways out of New Orleans.
Exactly like this.
Oh, yeah.
Jaime,
Sure.
don't get me going. You guys still kill me with the live one. I haven't gotten over a live one yet. Oh, you guys.
Here's,
Or no.
Come on, untouched.
Yeah.
here's Daisy Ways.
Well, there's a half pint in my pocket, a half pint in my veins. In a decoy bottle in the middle of the day, I'm pushing pen across this paper, pushing flowers, Daisy Ways. Well, the sky is blue right now, it's a beautiful day. In the clouds they show up laughing, they laugh until they cry. Well, my friend told them a joke that they screamed into the sky. And no, I don't need no umbrella, but I get why people do. I go out walking when it rains, laughing too. I can't find the time but it ain't always. Living life, I was born to lose, but bound to try. I can't find the time to make sense of this place. Living life, I was born to push flowers and daisy ways. Well, there's a half pound in my pocket, a half pound lead to waste. No, two halves don't make a whole. Science laughs right in your face. And nobody should do this, but I get why people do. My friend told me a joke. He said, my friend, the joke's on you. I can't find the time, but it ain't always. Living life, I was born to lose, but bound to try. I can't find the time to make sense of this place. Living life, I was born to push flowers and daisy ways. Alright. Well, there's a half pound in my pocket, a half pound in my veins, in a deep white bottle in the middle of the day. Yes, there's a half pound in my pocket, a half pound in my face. Well, it's been nice to know your world, but no, I didn't come to stay. I can't find the time, but it ain't always. Living life, I was born to lose, but bound to try. I can't find the time to make sense of this place. Living life, I was born to push flowers and daisy ways.
All right, there's Daisy Ways with Daisy Ways. Jim, what are your thoughts on that?
Love the bass playing.
Absolutely, Jaime. Right?
Yeah, overall, I thought it was really, really good song. There's something to that simplicity. I remember Talk Talk released their initial EP, which was called Talk Talk, and the lead-off single was called Talk Talk.
Yep.
So keep it simple, man.
Yeah.
Name the band, name the song, name the
Yeah,
album.
they have another EP called Anvil and stuff like that. But yeah, Jaime, you're right. It's just
So anyway, I thought that was a cool little tune. I was thinking about, so what if you had touched this, right? What if you hadn't left it, right? Maybe you lose some of the charm. I think if I were mixing this, I maybe bring the vocals up just a little more in the mix.
For me, we were just talking about the Grand Inn and a dive bar type situation. And this is the type of song you expect the band to play, because it's, it's a drinking song. It's a fun song to follow along to. It's got a classic melody that we've heard before with, like I say, some lyrics that are fitting for that bar crowd. It'd be a good live song.
love it.
Oh,
Love
absolutely.
Yeah.
And if I were mixing this, I probably would have done a fade at the end, but I think that ending's perfect for a live setting.
Right.
So
Well, like Jerry was saying, during the way they bring it on home at the end,
at the end, right?
that
Yeah.
they just kind of mellow out afterwards. Very nice.
Yeah.
So that's
Daisy
Daisy
Ways.
Ways. And
New
they're out
Orleans.
of
Thanks, Frank. Yeah.
New Orleans. There you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
New Orleans street rock.
Good job, guys.
All right.
Thank you, Frank. Yeah, boy, that's some stuff. And right, Jaime, awesome bass line. Awesome bass line.
Cool. All right. Now, last episode, and it's been a while because we had that special episode last couple of weeks ago.
Special double episode.
Boy.
Yeah.
Double episode.
Man, I don't know about you guys, but I think I slept for 3 days straight after that marathon podcasting that we did.
That was fun.
Yeah, a lot
That
of
was
good,
great.
Yeah. And Jeff and Soraya, I guess they threw down the gauntlet, and they are talking about possibly having us listen to a Birds album.
Having
Mr.
you
all of
listening
us,
to a Birds album.
and
I mean, I could probably take it.
I
I
will say
really
this.
can take it. I own
Yeah.
that album.
You own
There you
Mr.
go.
Is it Mr. Tambourine Man? Is that the name of the
Yeah.
album? Every song
Yeah.
stands out. They start the same. I tried to give it a listen, and
I doubt that.
I tried, but I think I'm going to need to be
For a
But you have to
nanosecond.
look,
heavily
Frank, you have to
medicated.
go in with an open mind.
That's it. Get in the mood, Frank.
Yeah.
Hey, I know what, Frank. We go find a dive bar that has a Birds cover band, and just
luck.
kind of
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Good point.
Well, that's coming up eventually when they get some time. We're gonna do a special episode. Then we need to come up with an album for them to listen to. And
Jeffrey showed the cover, whatever that was. Yeah,
yeah,
he showed it on the show, whatever that was. I go by the cover. I saw it on iTunes, so
There
I'll
you
get
go.
that one. He waved.
yeah, Mr. Tambourine. Was that the actual name?
I couldn't
believe
see
so.
the title. I couldn't
Yeah.
even read his shirt. But
Yeah. I didn't know they wrote that tune, Mr. Tambourine Man. I don't know why. I thought
You
that
thought it was
somebody
Bob
else.
Dylan?
Yeah,
yeah,
It sounds like something he'd write.
it does.
it does. I mean, no,
But anyways, that's not my genre, but gotta, like you say, we'll open up a little bit and give it a shot.
That's right. No.
All right. We also had a riff, and I know it's long gone forgotten, but I'm just going to tell you, it was a nice riff. I think you guys may or may not have remembered it, but it was Triumph with Follow Your Heart.
Ah, yeah, it is. Now that I know who it is, sure is.
Such a good band.
That sounded so poisony to me. I can't. Oh,
Well,
shoot.
they were late
can't.
70s, early 80s, and they had a big sound for a
They
you know,
did for a three-piece.
For a three-piece.
three-piece.
Rick
Absolutely.
Emmett Gilmore, and I can't think of the bass player's name, which is
Well, this riff
yeah.
is going to start off, I think, with some bass. And I don't know if you guys will get it. You might. Let's just give this a shot. This is Name That Riff. Can you do it? I gave you a little extra oomph on that. And should be familiar. It's our era of music. So go
Yes,
back
it's
and
familiar.
it should be familiar.
It sure
Absolutely.
does. No.
All right. So what we're going to do now is I've got a band for you named Boundless Joy, and their album is called Boundless Joy. And the song I'm going to play for you is called Juicy. They are out of Salem, Oregon. They are a trio of funk, rock, and metal. Consist of Sean McLeod on vocals and guitars, Robert Chum Keith on bass and vocals, and Ivan DePrume on drums. And they have a Black Sabbath-y type sound. They just riff rock and everything that I like. And got a real ominous album cover and the whole bit, and just right up my alley. This is not the Birds. This is Boundless Joy with Juicy.
you see it staring back at you from a phone. How many likes can I get in a day? You can't force anything, but I think I found a way. Yeah. They say it's easy, but I ain't so sure. They say it's sleazy, but I'm thinking more insecure. Desperately wanting to be seen. I think you've forgotten how to be a human being. Yeah. Sinking beneath the waves, I'm all bent out of shape, searching for boundless joy that I can't seem to find. Sinking beneath the waves, I'm all bent out of shape. Searching for boundless joy that I can't seem to
Well, there was Boundless Joy with Juicy. And what'd you think, Jerry?
I like that. I like that. Whatever you call that. I know you guys are music men and say chorus and outro and what verse, and I like that.
That's
I
just
like that a lot. It's very it's old school, but it's modern,
Mm-hmm.
and I like that.
Yeah,
So in this case, bravo for technology. Yeah,
there you go.
it's very old school sounding, but it's very modern. So
Very good.
yeah, Boundless Joy. Yeah.
Jim, thoughts?
I don't know why, but reminded me a little bit when it started out of Extreme.
Mm-hmm. A little because of the riff.
Little extremey,
Yeah,
extremey.
maybe,
Yep.
maybe so.
Yep. Yep.
I thought it was really great. I mean, obviously, great level of musicianship in the band.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, no slouches.
I like that the embellishments in there just add to it without it sounding like too showboaty, if that makes sense.
And forced. It didn't sound forced.
It
Right.
didn't sound forced, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's all very much within the context, like the
Right.
bass riffs and the drumming.
Mm-hmm.
Solid
Yeah, good.
song. I was thinking it's the kind of thing that, like, when you're out at maybe not at the dive bar, but maybe when you're at the club,
Mm-hmm.
it's the kind of thing you want to hear on the overheads, right? Just kind
Right.
of
Yeah.
pumping you up.
Just a good hard driving song.
Good
And
hard
just,
driving song, man.
The musicianship is just excellent. I love
Yeah.
love the fills of the drummer. And like I said, that one portion of the song during the verse, you have the bass player doing his bit,
Yeah.
and he's just nice, fuzzy, thick bass. And you get a little drum solo. You get a little 15-second drum solo or whatever it is, and it just fit, like you say, in the confines of the song.
That's what I'm
And
saying. It was all done very tastefully.
Yeah.
Yep.
really
great.
enjoyed them. Now I
Well
haven't
done.
bought the whole. They've got, I think, 9 songs on their album, and I haven't bought the whole thing. I just purchased this particular song, but I'm going to go back because I was checking them out before you guys got online. Everyone's better than the next one. They're just good, hard driving songs. Yeah.
Fantastic.
So that's Boundless Joy.
Yeah.
And we will be checking out some more of their music soon. All right. Instead of going to the classic album, let's do like we did last episode. And Jim, let's jump into your band. There's some unknowns. I was a little surprised you would have this
Yeah,
level.
I'm sure you were shocked.
Yeah, you would have this level of
So
musician. on our show.
Glimmer Stars. New EP out.
Yes, Jaime.
The Scheme of Things.
Mhm.
Yes, Jaime.
Minnie Mendez on bass guitar and vocals, Steve Soto on guitar, JJ Olds on guitar, and Richie Boom Boom Mendez on the
Boom,
drums.
boom.
So new 3-song EP out. So we're gonna hear the lead-off song. This is called "It Won't Be Long." So go ahead and drop the needle in the groove, Frank.
Right on, Jaime.
It won't be long till we're alone again. It won't be long till we're alone again. It doesn't matter what I do or say. I'm never gonna walk away. Hey, hey. It won't be long till we're alone again. It won't be long till we're alone again. It was something in a dream, far away and in between, like a million stories on my floor. When you're near, there's always more. Hey, hey. It won't be long till we're alone again. It won't be long till we're alone again. All the heartaches of my life, and now tomorrow looks so bright. You never know what we could find. All you gotta give is time. Hey, hey. It won't be long till we're alone again. It won't be long till we're alone again. It doesn't matter what I do or say. I'm never gonna walk away. Hey, hey. It won't be long till we're alone again. It won't be long till we're alone again.
Nice. There is the Glimmer Stars. Where they
Oh.
won't be long. Minnie has probably the perfect voice for the pop music that he plays. Just it fits like a glove
It does.
in the pocket of that music.
Preaching to the choir, brother.
Right.
Right?
I know.
Yeah.
And I want to mention Jeff. Wasn't that the guitarist's name that they added? Was it Jerry, do you recall?
I don't know. I heard JJ Olds, and that didn't sound familiar at all.
Yeah, and I believe his name's
Yeah, it's Jeffrey J. Olds, I believe.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. I didn't hear
Minnie-
the initials. So
Minnie also let us know on the side he does a John Cougar Mellencamp tribute,
Yes, and
And,
he's John.
and he's John. That was a funny thing is as we were standing there and I was looking at him, I'm like, he doesn't look like a Glimmer Star, he looks like a
he had a great shirt
Mellencamp.
on. I can't. Yeah,
He had the shirt that says,
can't think what it said. It was
if
great.
I worked as hard as Minnie Mendez, I wouldn't need to wear this shirt.
If I rocked as hard,
Something like
as hard
that.
as Minnie Mendez, I wouldn't.
Well done, Jaime. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So it's fantastic. Yeah. So
wow.
uh,
Pop. pop perfection.
Yeah,
Some cereal with some sugar, and it's perfect.
And,
Oh.
and when you see them,
In and out.
Steve Soto doesn't look like the type of guy that would be playing in a pop band.
No,
Right?
he does not.
You'd think he'd be playing some Pantera or something, you know?
Absolutely.
And then he comes
Yeah.
on and he plays these just
Melodic.
sweet
Oh.
melodic tunes. Oh, it's amazing. They're a fun band
Oh.
live, but
It's
now-
having a great time.
was this produced and recorded by Steve?
Oh, you know what? I didn't check on the production. I should have.
I wonder
but-
if Stephen Wesley Giles was. He was there, and I didn't say
He
hello
was
to him. I
there.
feel bad. Yeah, I didn't say hello to him. So, Steve, if you do watch this or listen, I apologize for not saying
Same
hello.
here, Stephen Wesley Giles. I went to Frank. I said, Frank, is that the Stephen Wesley Giles from the? He goes, yeah. I said, oh, but he's the
Yeah.
one that figured out the place was permanently closed.
Right.
He's the one that said that.
Yeah.
And you know, I looked it up like the next day, and he was right. It says, depending on how you go for maps, you go to the
Mhm.
Grand Inn, it says permanently closed. And I was
That's
like, I was
hilarious.
just rocking there yesterday. So
What?
thank you, Stephen Wesley Giles. Thank you. Yeah.
How many tunes on this EP?
3.
Jim? 3 songs. I wish they'd do a full album. Just
Well, it's
I'd
compilation is what I'm looking for.
I
Just
just love
throw it all on one big thing.
They do actually have like a compilation record that came out a few.
Good.
And then it's
Good.
been some EPs in between.
EPs and singles in between. Yeah.
Yeah, I really, yeah.
And he's got some maybe bigger stuff coming up soon.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I know a lot of bands now. That's the way they're going is singles and EPs. Instead of putting out a physical product, we're going digital now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it messes with me
It
though.
doesn't cost
Now
you
I got-
anything to press anything.
right.
No.
Exactly.
But now I got to create a playlist, Jaime. Now I got to drag and drop in order, and
Oh, you poor guy.
I know. Yeah,
I feel so bad for you.
Yeah, I bet you do. Yeah.
All right.
I'm a
I
guy
need
who listens to
something.
7-inch singles. You know how many times I have to get up every 2 minutes to the freaking turntable, dude? Don't tell me about. Oh,
I'm not talking about getting
drag
up.
and
I'm
drop
talking
on the playlist. My
I'm
life is
talking
so
about
rough.
I'm talking about all in a order. My thing.
It's so funny
Let's be in order.
you mentioned these 7-inch singles. I pulled out a stack of them the other day. I was going to organize some stuff in here, and I threw on a single, and man, songs 3 and 4 minutes, that comes quick. And I don't remember that as a kid.
When you got to get
Yeah,
up,
you got to get back up.
yeah, you got to get up. Yeah.
Oh
Right.
my goodness.
Look, it's a
Flip
good
the
way to
dang
get your
thing over.
steps in.
Yeah, you
Yes.
got to interrupt the electronics. You got to stop and cease and flip and replace the needle. It's crazy.
Right. Beauty of an album is you get 5 or 6 songs on one side.
At
Right?
least on one side.
Yeah.
Right.
Only have to get up every 15 minutes or so.
Right.
All right, let's move on to our classic album that Jerry picked. And it was introducing the Beau Brummells.
The Beau Brummells.
Jerry, what do you know about that album?
Well, I did what I looked up first, guys, was that Beau Brummel was a dandy back in the day.
Yep.
The English guy in the mid 1700s who was, I think, first the term dandy came up, very sharp dressed, very witty.
Mhm.
But a rock band that formed in 64, and I'm not going to name all the band members, but they were discovered by a couple of radio DJs in Frisco. And they had a fledgling record label named Autumn Records. And their house producer, who was at their fledgling record studio, Sylvester Stewart, produced this. And you folks out in Conspiracy Land may know him by his current name as Sly Stone.
Yeah.
So here's these two radio DJs. Hear a band in Frisco. Hey, you got to come we just started a new record company, and here's this guy Sylvester. He's gonna produce for you, and it's Sly Stone. And right out of the gate, introducing the Beau Brummells is happening. So there you go, folks out in Conspiracy Land. The Beau Brummells from Frisco, 64 or 65. I think the album is. Yeah.
This came out in 65.
Yeah.
And my first impression, I gave it a listen, and familiar tunes.
Yeah.
More familiar riffs and melodies, cover here and there, that type of thing. And I liked it. And don't take this the wrong way, but it reminded me of the 80s hair bands when everybody and their brother got signed and put an album out, and certain bands got lost in the shuffle, right? So you had, Tora Tora and, bands that may be good, but they didn't get the notoriety because there was just an oversaturation of that style. And I think for me, this happened with the Beau Brummells. I could be wrong because I was not made aware of them until you brought them up. And then we talked about the Flintstones and that type of stuff. But listening to the album, I'm like, okay, this is run of the mill 1965 music. Nothing stood out as, hey, this is the Beatles. Hey, this is the Rolling Stones. This is AM radio personified, right? Good tunes, but nothing that I said, oh, I have to own this. I'll listen to it, but I said nothing that was so spectacular that, oh my God, these are groundbreaking songs. Yeah, they were going along for the ride, I think.
Yeah, they weren't groundbreaking. Yeah. But yeah, nice. If you had a pool party and you had your Bluetooth, put on the Beau Brummells.
Yep.
Barbecue going. Yeah.
What was your take on the album, Jim?
Kind of the same thing. And I knew that Sly Stone had produced this, but I'd totally forgotten about that fact. So you brought it up, Jerry. So I took a few notes. I went all Jerry on it.
All right.
For me, Laugh Laugh, definitely the
right off the top
track.
Yeah.
Best of the bunch.
Right.
And to me, it was almost like, and this used to happen to a lot of bands kind of early on, is that, the label would say, release a single, right? And if the single did really well, it'd be like, hey, we need an album. Now you got to run into the studio and write, a dozen songs or another 9 songs.
Right.
And you've got like a week to do it or whatever stupid time frame they give you, right? That's kind of what this reminded me of. But the album for me stylistically is a little all over the place.
Yeah.
So Still in Love, which I think is like the second or third track, it's got that
second
kind of surf guitar sound in it.
Oh yeah, the right off the bat.
Belly reverby, right?
Yep.
And then Oh Lonesome Me, which I believe is a cover tune.
Yes.
It is. Don Williams.
Total country feel.
Yeah. I was thinking Buck Owens right off the top.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so it wasn't just me. They'll Make You Cry. It starts out with that kind of Spanish intro. It's a little all over the place. That was the one that, when it kind of started out, this almost sounds like a samba.
Yeah.
I Want More Loving is like kind of a 50s rave up. It's got like a little doo-wop kind of thingy in the background vocals and
I had
hand claps and stuff. And
I wrote Everlease next to that tune. Hi, man.
Yeah. Oh, good call.
Yep.
Right.
Very
got like a
50s
little
sounding.
Bill Haley kind of vibe to it.
Yeah.
So overall, and this is also kind of what I noticed. The last 2 tracks, like the vocals seem to go like a little awry. Like at the end, they're trying to do some harmony parts, but they don't seem to like line up.
Don't quite harmonize. Yeah.
And then the closing track, same thing. The guitar sounds a little wonky, almost like it's a little out of tune or something. And but what I started thinking about, like, how does that happen?
Right.
And when they first started digitizing albums, a lot of times they couldn't go back to the source tapes. And so what they would basically do is get the record,
play it off the record,
and digitize for that. And if there was anything a little weird with the vinyl or anything else, you got those fluctuations and everything else in your take. And so
could be some phasing issues.
It could just be like, you get the song and it's a little wonky, or you don't get it at all, kind of thing. Right. And so maybe it's better to preserve it. And if it sounds a little funky, that's, you just take it for what it is. It's a document of that moment in time.
Very good. Yeah. standout for me was Stick Like Glue. That was probably the song that I enjoyed the most.
Under 2 minutes.
201 on there. Yeah, just
Was
right
it 201? I thought I had it at 159 or
there. It might be
158.
with my fade out here. It says 201.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, this was another one that was like, if I had to pick like just a handful of songs, Stick Like Glue would have been one of them.
yeah. What about you, Jerry? Did you have a standout track on this one for you?
Yes, Still in Love with You, Baby, which is number 2.
Right.
But I would like to add that laugh, when they got to the point, and I don't know where this from is in my memory, could be childhood, but that part where they break it down and go lonely,
Right.
oh
So
so
right.
long, oh that just
yeah.
And I thought, well, I don't want to pick that because everybody picks that. So song number 2, Still in Love with You, Baby.
Very good.
And yeah, just
That was
love that.
the drums.
Oh, there we go.
You've got
Oh yeah,
a lot going on
that's-
there.
that's
it's a
beautiful. Yeah.
Definite beach style of song there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I just like Jim, the songs are a little bit all over the place. They've got the same sound.
Yeah. Jaime
but
made
yet-
a good point. Hey, we're selling. Get back in. I don't care if he's in Ventura. Get him here. We're gonna do an album.
Could be. You've got 12 songs on there, and it's
Well,
I think the longest song is 3 minutes and 8 seconds, something like that.
308.
It was maybe,
one
it was
I
maybe
did
about
not-
two songs too long.
Maybe. And I don't know if this was the original album had 12 songs, probably because
Sure.
when they're that short, you can fit 6 on a
Yeah,
side. no
308.
problem.
308 was the longest one.
Yeah.
I think
one
they
my
were
least-
right about
my
that
least
2.5
favorite.
minute.
Right.
and
Oh
large.
yeah, Jaime.
Yeah.
Oh, when I saw the song length, I just say Jaime. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You're gonna love this.
Yep.
So,
Oh my goodness. All right.
Yeah.
Well, introducing the Beau Brummells.
out of
and-
Frisco.
I'm glad you did the research and found out about Beau Brummells because I thought it was the singer. You know, it just sounds like that should be somebody actually in the band.
Right. Yeah.
Perhaps.
Yeah. Well, like Jethro Tull. It's like,
Right.
which
Okay.
one's Jethro?
Yeah. There
And
you
that
go.
guy, Led Zeppelin,
Lead or pink.
Yeah.
Aerosmith.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which one's Arrow?
There you go. All right. So our next episode 115, Jim, you'll have a
Wow.
classic album for us.
You're gonna
And,
like this.
I
you
got
think-
my red
It's
pen
already got
ready.
a tie in to this episode.
Oh,
Oh,
Jaime.
son of a
you-
gun. There you go. Armed Forces or
Allied
Allied Forces.
Allied
Forces.
Forces.
I was just
Jaime.
listening to that the other day. How awesome is that? Very good.
I loved this when it came out. It's been a while since I've given it
That's the only one I
given
had.
it a
Jaime.
spin. So I thought, man, it's time to break that out again.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Between Allied Forces and Just a Game, those are like the
Allied
bookends
Forces.
for me. They're just
you ain't
two
kidding.
fantastic Triumph albums.
Allied
Excellent.
Forces is the one I had, Jaime.
Very
Music
good.
Plus, Alaska Avenue.
They made a lot of really great. I don't know about great albums overall, but lots of great songs.
Cool.
Progressions of Power, Never Surrender.
Mhm.
They had a long string of rock radio hits, man.
Yes.
They
sure
did.
Yep. Anyways, that's all I got. Jerry, you got anything going on this week?
Yes, I do, folks out in Conspiracy Land. Now that we're back on the JFJ Conspiracy Podcast where the shop talk is rock, don't be afraid to hit us up, jfjshow@gmail.com. We've got the Daisy Ways, Boundless Joy, and the Glimmer Stars, folks out in Conspiracy Land. It's all out there. There's rock and groove and new music out there. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, and keep rocking.
All right. Jim, what about you?
Oh, you know the shtick. You made it this far. Smash that like button, subscribe, ring that notification bell, slide right into your DMs every 2 weeks, more or less. Unless somebody ends up in the hospital or we end up on somebody else's podcast or
Wow.
yeah, we'll slide into your DMs at some point. You'll get a new episode.
All right.
Anticipation is what it's all about. That's the best.
That's
part.
right.
There you go. Yeah. All I can say is stay fresh, cheese bags. And if there's nothing left, Jim, take us on home.
Shop is closed.
Well,
I told her going in, it's kind of divey, but when you go in the bathroom, did you go in the bathroom, Frank?
no, I never went in.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. So that would take that place off the dive list to me.
Right. Yeah. They
That
kept it
bathroom
clean.
was very nice. No, Jaime, you
Yeah.
got to have wood paneling coming off, phone numbers on the
Right.
wall, toilet stopped up an hour after you get there, you
Right.
know. So, no, that was not very divey at all. And I had no idea. I mean, behind it, they got like a back parking lot. And there they had, a camper on its stands, no truck under it.
Yeah. The old truck
And
style camper.
what was on the right side? Was that a normal trailer, Frank, I think?
Yeah. Just
And
a
then
regular
and then a
trailer.
big easy up.
A-
for the
and the
smokers.
bands sat back there
Yeah.
out of the sun watching the
Mini-
bands that were playing.
Minnie says that was the dressing room.
Yeah. That was the green room.
Yeah.
Sweet.